Hello, it is our last day. I'm Dr. Toya Hodges, and it has been my pleasure working with all of you these past 21 days. I am so freaking excited, and I named our last class We Came, We Saw, and we fucking conquered this, all right? So, how are we finishing this up? So yesterday we really dug in on getting your mind mentally prepared about writing your own success story. Okay, so you did that. You kind of, I hope you did that because this is how you become successful. But you look at that and you're like, okay, now I've got a good idea what my success story looks like. I know what success looks like. I know what it's going to take for me to have success. Based on the information I know right now, I'm open and I'm willing to know that some of this may shift. The actual process may shift, but not how I'm going to get there. And I'm not quitting on myself, right? All right. So now what I want us to do is I want us to write a vision of your future. Guess what? With you as the main character, you have the leading part in this vision. You are the main character. You are the VIP. This story could not happen without you being the main character. Okay? So, we know what our success story looks like. We know what it wants to look like. We know what it is. So, let's create this. And now, here's the important thing. It's dependent on how you view yourself, your past, your failures, and your plan for the future. It's easy to view yourself as a successful person or as a failure. So what are you choosing? And y'all better say successful person, okay? Because if not, then I would be deeply sad for you. Because no, we all want to be successful. So let's get back to how to write our own success story. You've taken the time to look around, to think about your past. You've thought about how you've done things before, determined that doing the same thing again isn't going to get you the success you desire. It's time to begin writing your story. So what I want you to do is I want you to get out some paper, a pen, and really start crafting your story. There's something therapeutic about putting a pen to paper and seeing the words flow on the paper. Now, of course, if you really hate to physically write, of course, you can type your story if you prefer. But from all my experiences of working with people, typically the pen and paper go a lot easier because as you're writing, the words just flow. Can you do it while you're typing? Yes. But typically when you type and you see a word misspelled, you want to go back and fix it. Whereas if you're writing, you'll just keep going. Okay. So that's one reason. All right. Now, here's the thing. We're not writing your autobiography. Sorry. So even though some of you probably have amazing autobiographies about how you were back there and then now your success, that's cool. But here's the thing. We want you to write the story of your future as you would like it to be. Okay. And so we can't write about the past right now. Right now, we're writing about the future and what we want that to be. Your goal is to write your story from a detached point of view rather than a personal one. So writing it in third person, using a name rather than saying, I did something, enables you to create a story any way you like. So one of the things that I teach my students is to create your alter ego name. What is her name? Because her name is Gina. And when Gina starts talking her trash, I'll be like, okay, Gina, enough. No, we're not thinking like that. We're not operating like that. Gina, I need you to be quiet. I love you. Right now, I don't need your input. Or when Gina's trying to give me good insight, I appreciate her. No, I'm not trying to tell you to get another personality, but there are various people within us. We have different chemistries. Like there's certain, like there's this one part of you that is just gung-ho, that's going 500 miles an hour, and then there's the other part of you that's just kind of laid back and chill, and it's okay. All right. So our goal is to write the story from that detached point of view rather than a person. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to include experiences from your past. Write about the character using familiar elements of your life. Okay, I am back. There was somebody ringing my doorbell. So anyway, all right, where were we at? We were talking about, okay, include experiences from your past. So how do we do this? So we want to write about the character using familiar elements of your own life. So whatever you named your character, what is the character's background? What has happened in their life to make them the person of who they are? Were they a child of divorced parents, or were their parents happily married? How many sisters and brothers did they have? Where did they attend school? Did they have stability in their life? Did their family move around a lot? Did they have many close friends, or were they more of a loner? Each of these aspects of the character's life made an impact on a person they've become. Talk about the character's success and failures. Explain how they handled any of the failures they had and how they refused to accept defeat. Tell how the character picked himself up or herself, dusted themselves off, and then forged a new path rather than following the same path that led them to the failure that they deemed a failure. Describe their journey to success that they've experienced. For instance, list the steps that the character took to become the youngest whatever in a company history, as an example. Portray in detail the many awards they received for whatever it is that they did. So if it was saving money, if it was helping people's lives, whatever it is you want to accomplish, write it down as if it's already happened. It's important to be specific as you can when you tell your story. See the successes you want to experience. Remember, you're writing your success story. This will help you actually become the successful person you want to be. Where do you see yourself at the end of the story? That is important. What is your ultimate goal? The place will indicate that you achieved success. Okay. Again, I want you to be very specific as you can to what your final destination will be. This is your view for your own future. So along the way to your character's final destination, be sure to include the following: a roadmap of smaller, specific, attainable goals leading to the destination. Measurable goals to gauge your progress. Your character know when they have reached a particular goal. Let your character know that, like, hey, we've reached this goal. What does that look like? Did they have a goal to work toward when that one was reached? So once that one finishes, what did they have? Is there another goal, or is this what the true success looks like? So the reason of us writing our success story in a precise way and with much as detail as you can imagine is to see the success that you want for your own life. You want to be able to visualize a story in a way that's nearly tangible. Seeing your story with such clarity helps you recreate the details in your own life. You should be able to see what your character sees. Think what they think and feel what they feel. A sample success story, okay? So I'm just going to use one. This is one of the ladies that was a client, okay? There was a young woman, her name was Marie. As an only child, her parents encouraged her to try new things. She played musical instruments, but she also wanted to dance. Even though she did well in school, She didn't do as well as her parents had hoped. Still, they loved her. They doted on her until she was nearly 12. At that point, even though they tried to hide it from her, she heard her parents argue more and more as time went on. On her 13th birthday, her parents' divorce was finalized. She was devastated, and her faith in her parents and who she thought she was shaken. As the girl grew up, she wondered if she was the reason her parents divorced. She made it a point to excel in school, thinking her parents might get back together if her grades were better. As hard as she tried, her parents never reconciled. Marie threw herself into her education, but hesitated to become involved in a personal relationship. She graduated top of her class in law school. Prior to graduation, she was hired by a large firm in Virginia. Within 12 years, she had become partner in this firm. Right before becoming a partner in the law firm, Marie took a chance on love. She began dating Dan, a college professor. They dated for a year and then became engaged. Although there are still times when she recalls her parents' fights from her childhood, she has stepped beyond those doubts. She and Dan will be married by the end of the year. Conclusion. Okay. So how do you write your conclusion? Remember to use concrete words when writing your success story. Write in the past tense so your mind can begin the story as a reality. It's already happened to one person, it can happen to you too. Learning how to write your own success story can be therapeutic. Not only can it help you see the potential you have for being a success, it can help you put down on paper from your past that may be holding you back. You can have the success you desire in every area of your life. If you need to, you can go back to school and learn a new skill or refresh your knowledge. Perhaps you've been a stay-at-home mom and now the children are in school. You have more time away from the children so you can reach the things you put off. Regardless of whatever has stopped you from achieving your goals in the past, refuse to allow them to stop you now. Write a new plan to get past your limitations and make that success story yours. Read it often, follow your plan until it becomes your reality. And why shouldn't you have the success you wanted? You deserve it. Here's what you need to do today. It's time to write your own story to your future self and of your future self. Describe the type of life you'll be living. Describe the person you have to become to make that life a reality. Continue modifying it until it feels perfect for you. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of things to help you achieve your goals with this story. And it has been an honor. And I hope that you overcome all the obstacles, achieve your goals, and create the life that you deserve. And as always, I am always here. Go to my website, email me. If you're interested in any of the long-term courses that I have, reach out. That's what my courses are for. My courses are to teach you how to be you, because for so long we have been taught to be who everybody else wants us to be, and we've never learned how to be us. And so that's what I teach. I teach you how to heal yourself, to be certified, to be a spiritual and intuitive life coach, to build your business in the process. So when you do complete your certification, your business is already running and operational and making money. So 9 times out of 10 with my students, when they graduate, they already are leaving their 9 to 5 because they put in the work. So if any of this interests you, please reach out to me, and I love you all. See you soon.